in our webinars.
Elena, hello. Okay, sure.
Anyway.
Excellent.
Okay, we are live on Facebook now. So, okay, so who is doing the first part?
Okay, so I'm gonna take it away then, Magda. Okay.
Good.
Right, guys, welcome. I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to share the presentation because we are now live on Facebook, as I have been informed. And let me just start the actual presentation. And guys, if you want to put in the chat box where you're from, that would be really cool. Just type what country you are from in the chat box. That would be really cool. Okay. From beginning, there you go. And right, so
wow.
Share slides. So who've we got? Who've we got in the room? We have Italy in the room. We've got Ethiopia in the room. Slovenia, the UK. Amazing, guys. Well, welcome. Where's my presentation? Just wait, I'm looking for the presentation. It's coming up, and. Yeah, interesting. Let's just close that and share again. I'm just getting the presentation out. Here you go. Right, excellent. Okay, we've got Belgium in the room. Look at that. We've got the UK. We've got lots of UK in the room. We've got Slovenia. I believe that we've got a whole bunch of USA in the room, but USA haven't said anything yet. USA. Oh, we've got Nigeria in the room. Hello, Vicky. Welcome, guys. This is like what an amazing contingent from all over the world. Amazing. Guys, we feel very lucky to have you. Give yourselves a whole bunch of 8s to give yourselves a round of applause for being in this room, okay? Give yourselves a whole bunch of 8s. I'll even start myself. Girls, stuck a load of 8s, exactly. Sisse, hello, well done. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Have we got an amazing presentation for you, okay? So first of all, I'm just going to introduce myself, or actually no, first of all, I'm going to tell you a quick disclaimer, okay? So first of all, just be aware, we don't sell and we don't have a license to sell shares or tokens in anything. All countries have their own rules, including your own countries, for the sale of financial products, and we comply with the laws of all of your countries, okay? Most countries allow for the sale of information education type products without a special license, and that's what we have on offer. We offer the opportunity to participate in wealth building training, which provides the fundamental principles upon which all wealth is created and maintained. We do not provide financial or investment consultations. Please do your own due diligence or request confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor in your area for compliance with the requirements in your state or country. Okay, so with that done, let me tell you a little bit about myself, if that's okay. So my name is Mo Rahman. And I'm going to introduce the other speakers later tonight. So I'm a representative of the UK Local Leadership Council. And as you've seen, we've already got Magda, the amazing Magda, and the illustrious Gail Popkin with us tonight. And they're going to also help out with the presentation as well. I'll hand over to, I believe I'm going to hand over to Gail for the next part after this, and then Magda for the final part. Yeah, so I am a consultant in this community. I'm a certified master profi graduate, and you know, I'm an international speaker, a private investor, and an entrepreneur. My background, I have a similar background to, I'm sure, many of you. I basically was a consultant. For me, I was working in the UK public sector as a data analyst. But yeah, I made it to consultant level, and you know, I graduated in astrophysics. I'm a very kind of normal kind of background kind of guy, but I found myself in this company, and now I've got to the point where I've kind of escaped from my career. I've even written a book, a law of attraction book called Powered by the Universe. So more about that another time. But so what we have, what we are going to cover tonight, we're going to cover investment thinking. We're going to cover the VIP club of the private investor, and Gail's going to help me with that. And then Magda, I believe Magda, you're going to do the multi-level crowd investing part, I think.
Yes,
but I know that Gail will hand over to Magda at the appropriate time. And then if you stick around at 8 p.m, Elena and I are going to present the next part of the meeting, which is going to be the basic financial education. We're going to talk about the 8 rules of the private investor, and we're going to talk about capitalization. So guys, put a round of ones in the chat if you're excited. Stick a 1 in the chat right now, please. Thank you, thank you. Excellent, someone's coming in. Someone's coming in. Excellent, thank you so much, thank you. Good participation, guys, thank you. Your participation basically dictates the energy that I have as well, okay? Zenny, I love you, but I can't take questions live right now. So if you want to type in the chat if you have anything, then you know I'm monitoring the chat as we're going along, okay? Okay, so what have we got? That also goes for Immaculate. If you can just type in the chat if you've got questions or anything to add, and I'm happy to cover them as we go along if I can. So, what are we? We are the Academy of the Private Investor. Okay, we are a global online portal with 9 years of expertise in this area. Okay, founded in 2011. Right now, we have more than 1,355,000 people from over 176 countries all over the world. No worries, Zanny, that's okay. It's nice to see you, by the way. And then we have teachers with up to 23 years experience in the investment and finance fields. Okay, so our company is just on a personal note, the stuff that we're teaching in this company, the people that you have met that have brought you here tonight, you know that they have a certain feeling about them, and all of that, you know, there's a certain vibration that is coming through from our company. So this is really what I want you to take away from this part of the presentation. So we offer practical studies in the areas of finance, investment, and personal growth. We offer training that is different to what you'll get elsewhere. And then when you see some of the bonuses that we have, it's definitely a different level. We offer real case studies, group lessons, individual coaching and mentoring. Okay, and of course we were founded 9 years ago, so we aren't a company that just started, you know, yesterday or this year or something. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about investment thinking. Okay, put an I in the chat if you are an investor. Okay, put an I in the chat if you are already an investor and you understand a little bit about investment mindset. There should be some I's in the chat. There's an I from Dread Neo. Hello, welcome. Alenka is an investor. Sisse and Gail, definitely. I know that I'm an investor. Samsung Galaxy S7, I believe that you meant to put I, and I believe that you are. Salvador, nice to see you again. Zenny, of course you are an investor. I know you are. Guys, so there is a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. Put RK in the chat if you know who Robert Kiyosaki is. Okay, put an RK in the chat. I have had the pleasure of actually meeting Robert Kiyosaki a couple of times. I've managed to be in private dinners with Robert Kiyosaki and with his wife, Kim Kiyosaki. And they together, they came up with this concept of the cash flow quadrant, which many of you know. Okay, so very quickly, for those that don't know, on the left-hand side, you've got the employee in the top left, which is where most people start their careers. Basically, this is a place where you have a job, you are employed by someone, and you are basically trading your time in order to get money out of the system. Okay, so you have a job, which is basically you giving your time, and you get paid for your time. You also pay the high, you pay up to 40% in tax or something, right? And all of that just gets taken from you, and then maybe you also pay a pension as well. So put an E in the chat if you are an employee. If you have a job, put an E in the chat if you have a job and you get paid to do a job and you're swapping time for money. Okay. Okay, so we've got some E's. Okay, thank you. So maybe you don't have a job, but maybe you are self-employed. Okay, and this would include many doctors, many lawyers, anyone that is a consultant. You might have a business where, well, basically you are self-employed. Okay, if you are self-employed, you're lucky enough to pay even more taxes, right? Because you're also paying for your business tax as well as tax on the stuff that you actually take out as a wage. Okay, but you work for yourself. Technically, thank you, Merton. That was going to be my next question. Put an S in the chat if you are self-employed. Okay. So yeah, many people are self-employed, but this is a state of having a job that owns you. So now it's not that you own a job, but actually a job owns you. Okay. So do you want to be the guy that is employed by someone? Do you want to be someone that has a job that owns you? Okay. If you switch over to the top right, and here's the thing, the right side of the equation is where all the rich people are, right? Because when you're in the top right, you own a business. It's not that the business owns you, but actually you own a system that is a business system that employs other people to work for you. And it's a system that works for you, and you don't really need to have much. I mean, here's a really great story. Do you know, put RB in the chat if you know who Richard Branson is, right? Put RB in the chat if you know who Richard Branson is. Okay, RB, yeah, exactly. Everyone knows who Richard Branson is. Did you know that Richard Branson heads like 360 different businesses? Okay, so what that means is that he literally spends only one day on each business. Okay, because each of his businesses has its own CEO and its own board of directors and its own people that are basically operating the business and making those decisions. And Richard Branson, he just owns it, and they consult him, and then they basically take direction from him one day a year. Okay, he owns the business. It's not the business owns him. Okay, so lots of people putting B. Put B in the chat if that's where you want to be. Okay, you want to have a business that doesn't take much attention, it just delivers income. Okay, put a B in the chat if you want to be that guy. Okay, lots of B's, thank you. So here's the thing, the best bit about being a business that actually creates jobs means that you're creating tax revenue, and the tax systems in most countries, they will reward you for creating tax revenue, and they will reward you by basically making you exempt from paying tax. So if you've ever wondered why the likes of Facebook and Google and Amazon never seem to pay tax, that's why, because they create jobs, and the people that they employ, the employees that work for them, they pay all the taxes, and those jobs and that tax revenue would not exist if it weren't for your business. So you get a tax, you get to operate tax free. Okay, that's why it works. And here's the other really cool thing. When you keep all of the money, the revenue that you generate in the business, you can now have investments. Okay, investments. So you could like take some of your revenue, your profits, and you could buy assets, and we'll talk a little bit more about assets. Basically, assets, things that create more passive income for you, maybe other businesses, maybe real estate, things that provide passive income and more business income. And now you're basically just cycling through a system that creates you money while all of your employees are paying the taxes and you're not paying any taxes. Put a BI in the chat if you want that to be you, okay? Put a BI in the chat if you want that to be you. Now, there are many of you that might be watching this and might be thinking, but hang on, I don't believe in that. And that's fine, okay? Maybe you believe that the taxes go to the roads and the schools and, you know, the I don't know, the NHS and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, a lot of those organizations, they hire consultants in, and then those consultants, they're private companies, and, you know, they have CEOs that seem to walk away with like massive bonuses. So, you know, where really does the money go? So look, on the left-hand side of the equation, 10% of money is owned by 90% of people, okay? Only 10%, not much. Whereas 90% of basically everything is owned by the top 10% in the world, okay? So now we're going to talk a little bit about financial literacy, okay? As you can see, basically the Western first world countries tend to be the more financially literate countries, okay? These insights have come from Standard & Poor's, from their Global Financial Literacy Survey, okay? So as you can tell, only certain nations get taught this, you know, they tend to be successful financially, and this is basically where the financial literacy is based, okay? We have, so financial literacy is basically, it's a huge problem in the world. Put a K in the chat if you believe that financial literacy knowledge is the most important thing. Put a K in the chat. Lots of Ks, right? So exactly, we are in the business of raising the level of financial literacy throughout the world. That's what our business is truly about. We're an educational platform. We teach investment. That's what happens. Okay, so we have the solution. That's our business, okay? And our solution involves personal growth, investment courses, and business education. Now, our courses are aimed at self-development, goal setting and planning, and improving financial literacy, the formation of investment thinking, the learning of different business building methods and strategies. Okay, so we have practical courses that teach practical investment skills. Okay, and I'm going to share with you some stories of successes in our business. Okay, so we have, well, I know that we have certainly one of the people that I'm going to talk about right now. In fact, I'm going to talk about her right now. Okay, I first met this this lady in about 2017, yeah, and it's amazing to see the growth of this young lady, like since when I first met her and who she is now. And she shared an amazing thing with me earlier this year. She'll share it sometime soon, but this is her story. Annette Martinsson, okay, originally from Latvia, living in the UK in London. She used to be a sales manager in a big corporate sales company, but one day she got fired. The same moment she came across our Academy of the Private Investor. She became its student, and realizing the power of the information that she received, she decided to be an active partner and to share this with the entire world. Today, she is a member of the Leadership Council, and she is a certified coach, an international speaker, and she's built a global business while working from home, and she's achieved her financial independence in just 3 years. Okay, so please put a round of 8s in the chat as a round of applause for Annette. And especially I want to see 8s in the chat if you know Annette. I'm going to put a whole bunch of 8s in the chat. Exactly, right? And then, you know, like what she shared with me about like her earnings and what she set up for herself this year, I was just like flabbergasted earlier this year. And she's a real example that it works. Here's another success story of another person also on the like the same level, Marshall Niyonzima. Okay, originally from Burundi and living in the UK. He graduated in 2012 with a master's degree in computer science. Okay, you can tell that we're all from all walks of life in our company. So he graduated with a master's degree in computer science and worked as a project manager in a big logistics company, one of the big logistics companies in the UK. And in 2016, he got offered voluntary redundancy, which he took. And he discovered network marketing, got very excited, and basically ended up losing a lot of money because he didn't have the knowledge, right, to succeed. He just wound up losing a lot of his redundancy money. So he lost a lot in scams. In 2017, he discovered the Academy of the Private Investor. He didn't really pay attention to the education until like he'd lost that money. And then he realized that he needed to educate himself, so he became a student. So he decided to become an active partner in our company to share it with the entire world. Okay, and when you understand what we're going for 1 billion people, right? That's like 15% of the population of the planet, right? So we are intending to pretty much have a presence over the entire world. Okay. Today, Marshall is a member of the Leadership Council, a certified coach and international speaker within the business, and he's also built his global business while working from home, and he's achieved his financial freedom in 3 years' time. Okay, which is awesome. So please put a round of 7s in the chat for Marshall. Please put a round of 7s in the chat for Marshall. Okay, I'm gonna put 7s in the chat as well. Exactly. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for your interaction. I am now going to introduce the next speaker for tonight, who is really amazing. She's a really amazing person. We've met in, I think, December or something, while we've been on this kind of leg of the journey of this company, and she has expertise, her own expertise from the financial advisor type sector. And when I heard her story, I was really impressed that I was more impressed with like just the validity of our company and what we're actually accomplishing here. But I'm going to let her talk about that for herself. So please, will you put your put a round of 9s in the chat for the incredible, the one and only Gail Potkin. Okay, thank you. Whole bunch of 9s in the chat. Nice. Okay, and Gail, please unmute yourself and take over.
Yep, I'm unmuted. I would appreciate it if you could move the slides along for me as we go, Mo. That'd be brilliant.
Absolutely.
Right. So first of all, who am I? Okay. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. I'm Gail Potkin. I live in the UK, a place just outside of Manchester. My past life was an ex-financial advisor, and during the course of me doing this job, because at the time it was a job, it became more and more apparent that a lack of education in the financial services world was there. Okay, so I would go and see people and I would be advising them on their finances. That's what they paid me to do. However, it's always great when people interact with you more, when you're sat with them, if they actually understand what you're trying to talk to them about. And it became very apparent that a lot of people, you know, when you was going and speaking to them, didn't have this financial education. And why did they not have that? A lot of the time it's because it's not taught in schools. I mean, financial education is as important as any other type of education out there, because without that financial education, you know, as you go through life, it can cause many problems, you know, and you can see how people are getting into debt with the credit cards, loans, car loans, mortgages. You know, we were living in a world where debt is all around us, and when things go wrong, like what's happened now in the world, you know, it has a massive impact on people's lives. So when I got introduced to this company, it was such a breath of fresh air. The fact that when I actually looked at this education and the knowledge of our CEO and what he was delivering to us through the Academy of a Private Investor, it blew me away. Okay, now I've been around the financial services industry for many, many years. Since I was 19, I'm now 62. So that tells you I've been around this industry a long time. I did walk away from this industry, or I was looking to walk away from the financial services industry, because I just wasn't feeling comfortable with the types of products that were being shown to people. And there was a big gap, and I felt, you know, there must be something else, that, you know, there's other things out there that people need to be educated on to give the security for in the future. Unfortunately, it was sort of thrown on me a little bit when my husband became ill with cancer, and I ended up having to be at home with him. However, you know, out of everything, out of every tragedies and bad comes some good, and the good was that I was introduced to this company. Now, one of the other things that I liked about it is the fact that not only can you learn, but you can earn. Okay, so you can learn with the company, which is where we lead from, but we can earn with the company, and Magda will explain a little bit about that a little bit further on. And another way that we can earn is by being shown ways in which we can take advantage and learn and be educated how we can be private investors. Okay, so it's very, very important when you're looking at a business and having a look, what can this business offer me? One of the things that we have recently introduced for people is the VIP club. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever been involved and been part of a VIP club. Now, that may take the form of a golf club, it may be hotel chain, restaurant, spa, airlines, somewhere where you've been a VIP client. Just pop in the chat one if you've ever been a member of a VIP club before. Great. So some people have been members of the VIP clubs. And one of the things with the VIP clubs that you've probably been involved with is the fact that you've been privy and been privileged to have extra benefits. So you may have been involved with a restaurant where you've gone for a meal, you've got discounts on the price, you've got a better table to sit at. It may be you've been involved with a hotel chain where when you've booked, they give you better hotel rooms. Okay, you may be that you've been a member of an airline, and for being a member, you know, you're given a better seat on the plane, better area, better food. Okay, so there's always benefits for when you are a member. But the one thing that was that when I actually looked at a lot of these memberships is the cost of them, because the cost of some of these memberships can be quite expensive. So when I saw this VIP membership that we was actually introducing to people, I was blown away with the cost side of it, which is not very high at all. Okay, so one of the things that we looked at was not only the cost, but also what were the benefits going to be. So the benefits of being part of the VIP club are, there's a lot of benefits, and there's going to be even more to come. And if you could just move on the next slide, okay? So these are the benefits that we've got. Not only are you going to be a member of the elite club, but you can receive discounts on the products that Mo was talking about, the educational products, and I'll show you a little bit more about them in a second. There's going to be exclusive offers that you are only going to be privy to. You'll have also access to our crypto unit program, which again, I'm going to explain to you what that's about in a second. And you'll have the ability to earn additional income streams and also participate in closed monthly meetings. Now, I know when I've been in memberships before, then I don't get invited to that company's those monthly meetings where I'm spoken to with the CEO of the company or the leadership of that company, and I'm educated and taught different things. So that just doesn't happen. I'm not privy to what's going on with the companies, but with this membership, we are. Okay, so if we could just move on to the next slide. So when we were talking before about the education, what actually does the education involve? First of all, there's different levels of the education, and we lead with just 5 packages for the education. The first one is EIP Beginner, and for that you're going to learn about the foundations of investing. You're also going to learn about the 8 rules of a private investor, and if you stay till the end of the this presentation and you go on to the next one, you're going to have some insight as to the type of education that you could be receiving. You're going to learn about the foundations of capitalization, compounding. Compound interest, you know, has been known as the 8th wonder of the world, and how you can turn $1, okay, into $1 million. Now that won't happen overnight, but the education is going to show you how you can actually do that, and the different levels of an investor. So at what level you are in your investment journey, and as you go through the packages and as you want to know and gain more knowledge, you will learn a lot more from each package that we actually offer to people. Okay, so if we could just move on to the next one. So let's have a look at the educational information products. When we spoke earlier about being in the VIP membership, we spoke about getting discounts on these packages, and you can see there, you know, they start from $50. A unit is $1 in our in our world, and they go to 250, 1,000, 4,000, and 10,000 units. So depending on which education that you want. Okay, so this education, not only are you receiving some first and top quality education, but on top of that, with what you're going to learn in the education, you're also being gifted as a gift what we call our crew, and it's a bonus that people get with each purchase. So depending on which package you go for depends on how big the gift is of the crew. Now, what are the crew? What is crew? That is our crypto unit program. Okay, this is part of a project that is part of our innovative training program, and it's only available when you're actually purchasing the education. And you can become a co-owner through this crypto unit, this token, which is securitized against a global portfolio. Okay, this actually started in March 2019, and I'll just show you on the next slide a little bit more about this. So let's have a look at our crypto unit program. So this is a program that opens up the doors for anyone to learn and become a co-owner of our global portfolio, and I will show you a little bit about the portfolio after this. So we started this journey back in March 2019, and wow, You know, we never ever thought when we saw this, and to be perfectly honest, it was this global portfolio, when I saw what was actually in the portfolio and the potential for it, that drew me to this business, as well as the education. Okay, so we started off in March 2019, and we transitioned during April and May to we had 8 stages, and by the end of the year, December 2019, we transitioned to 8.2. Okay, just prior to that, you know, we actually received our first loyalty bonus payment, which was in May 2009, and that was absolutely amazing. So basically, our loyalty bonus program was paid to us for actually holding on and receiving these crypto units. So that was another form of income that we was able to benefit from. Okay, we then transitioned, like I said, we went on to in November 2009 to get our first profit bonus. Now, the profit bonus is paid from the global portfolio. So the loyalty bonus payment comes from holding your crypto units, and the profit bonus came from how our global portfolio was actually growing. And, you know, we never thought that we would be receiving these so soon. We thought we would have to wait an awful lot longer, but the growth of this was absolutely amazing. Okay, so by January of this year, we entered the Ethereum blockchain, but the company's always looking to improve and to do things slightly differently. And, you know, in I think it was April, we launched our own blockchain. Sorry, May, we launched our own blockchain, and today all our units are now sitting on our own blockchain, and that is massive. That is a huge plus for this business, that we're totally transparent. We're on our own blockchain. Not only are we on our own blockchain, but we also have our own internal Crew exchange, which was launched in March this year. So again, something else where we are, you know, we're looking to expand the business all the time. Okay, so if we could go to the next slide, please, Mo. So what is the crypto unit? And you've heard me speak about the global portfolio. What is the global portfolio? The global portfolio encompasses different sectors of the investment market. So in other words, the portfolio isn't just made up of one thing. So a lot of people who invest may invest in one thing. They may invest into gold, they may invest into stocks and shares, they may invest in one company. Okay, but this portfolio invests in all different sectors of the investment market. And although we're not at the full 20 sectors yet, we're well on our way to taking all these sectors in. You know, the education you've just seen is one of these sectors. Multi-level crowd investing, which Magda's going to speak to you about in the next area. Health, innovative transport development sector, we already have. Banking sector, stock markets, we already have. The forex markets, crypto, insurance sector, real estate. Okay, the list goes on and on. You know, gold, we've got precious metals, we've got diamonds. We're in the film industry, the culture sector. We have lots and lots of different areas that our portfolio is investing in. Okay, so if we could just move on to the next slide. Now, I just want to briefly touch on some of the things that we have within our global portfolio, and these things create an income. So the income that's being created from the things within our portfolio generates an income for us. And when we spoke about our profit bonus, it's a bit like a dividend on a share. So I always used to say that our crypto unit is a digitalized share. That's what it is. You know, where a traditional type share, you get your dividends from it. With our our crypto unit, you would receive a profit bonus, which is equivalent to the same thing. So the bigger the portfolio, the more money, the more liquid assets coming into this portfolio, the bigger the share is to everybody who is an owner. And just to sort of highlight that, because the education teaches us how to become co-owners in different things, and our crypto unit, which you're gifted through the education, enables you to become a co-owner of this company. So everyone is a co-owner in the company. Okay, and some of the things that we've got a chain of restaurants, Sushi Master restaurants. They're opening up all the time. I think we're on 30 or 40, maybe even more restaurants where money's coming into the company. We're co-owners in that business. We're co-owners in gold, in the mining, the production, having a look where the gold is in the world, and the trading of gold. We will have that coming into the portfolio. We've got the film industry, so we've got films that are being made specifically at the moment for the Asian market, who and it's like a Marvel type character. The first production been delayed a little bit because of the situation in the world, but hopefully that will be up and running pretty soon. And the creme de la creme, as I like to call it, as well as the gold, because remember, gold, when it comes to investments, is always a stable. It's like an insurance policy. Okay, so gold is your insurance policy in any portfolio. And then we've got the innovative basalt technologies. I was absolutely blown away with basalt. I didn't even really know much about it, but when I found out about it, it's actually a very old mineral ore. It's made from volcanic rock. It's been used by the Romans for many, many years, along with some other materials for building. It's very eco-friendly. It's 5 times stronger than steel. It can be used in most industries, including construction, the car industry, aviation, even plastic bottles. You can even make make bottles, not plastic, from basalt. So it's a very versatile product, and we are co-owners in this company, and we have got lots of scope for this company as well. And this is $1 trillion industry as well, and can bring an awful lot of money into our portfolio. And these are just a few of the things that we've got in there. And obviously, once you become a co-owner, you'll learn about all the other different sectors and opportunities, businesses that we've actually got within our portfolio. So what does the crypto unit program provide? It provides co-ownership, like I've said before, of a global portfolio. You receive a monthly loyalty program bonus as well as a profit bonus. It's going to be regulated and transparent financing. And the value of the growth of the crew is going to increase as the assets increase, and also as the people will want this coin. So the more people who want something, you know, the more scarce something becomes, the more valuable it becomes as well. Okay, so the value of this is going to be in the future is going to be huge. Well, not just the future, you know, the growth of this is, we can see the growth starting to happen now, and the possibility of the circulation of crew within the global merchandising world through global exchanges. We've already got our internal exchange, but the global exchanges, and in the future, you know, the derivatives markets and things like that. So our crypto unit is something that people are going to want to have their hands on, believe me. Okay, so we can just move over to the next one. So how do you get involved in this? Okay, well, first of all, you get involved through the Academy of a Private Investor. You make the free registration. It costs nothing to register in this company. You can become a member of the VIP club and receive bonuses. That's your next step. Then you need to decide what sort of education, what level you want to come in at, and choose the right educational package. And then once you've done that and you've taken the actions, okay, you're ready to start learning, and you're ready to start learning the business side of things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand you over to Magda, because Magda's going to share with you the other side of this. So thanks very much for listening, and thank you, Magda, if you want to take over.
Thank you. I will. So how do you earn as we learn? Well, good question. My name is Magda Mitra. I was born in Romania. I came to UK with just 2 words in English, yes and no. That was a lot of work to get where I am today, but it's called determination. Also, as I was born in Romania, I have to share with you that my experience is very different than those who were born in the west side of the world. I got a good education, actually a strong one. The general knowledge, probably, I will say, a lot better than many countries I know so far. But the lack of financial education made us feel how can I put, not much used in the world. You see, when I came to UK, I knew nothing about what is going on. I didn't have a bank account, by the way, in Romania. I didn't have a passport. I didn't know anything about finances. I knew a lot about mathematics because this is my background, but that doesn't help you unless you know what to do with your money, in a way. Not that we had a lot, but you see, I was taught how to think of tomorrow. You see, we didn't know what a credit card is. Probably did me good in a way, but financial education, that was unheard. And I didn't know much about it for many years living in UK either. But then I came across someone who, or some people who opened my mind in a totally different direction, in a, I will say, a world which was unknown to me. So that was how to put your money work for you. That's how it all started. Yes, I've been to lots of seminars. I learned a lot about how to invest, why to invest, where to invest. But I have to tell you that in 2016, a different world of understanding of financial world has started. So that was probably open to me the gate to something I want to share with you now, to understand why I'm so excited about it and why I want to share it with you. So what is multi-level crowd investing? Next slide, please. And what's the difference between, can you go back? Okay. What's the difference between multi-level crowd investing and a general investment or multi-level marketing? Yeah. I've been in multi-level marketing myself for the last 10 years. I mean, not fully involved, but I knew about it. But there I never had any training. I did myself because I wanted to learn, yeah. But they didn't give me the opportunity to go deeper in understanding the investment into that kind of world, yeah. What makes us unique, or multi-level crowd investing unique, is because it gives us the training. Dear partners, it's like learning how to walk. into unknown. Think of young babies when you hold their hands until they are fully confident to walk by themselves. You cannot walk or run before you walk, right? So multi-level crowd investing is so unique and is so given that you will not find it anywhere else. It's a home business. Imagine if you don't have that in this time when we're all stuck indoors. You know, this is really, we are really blessed in it. You are your own boss, your own director, your own employee. You can work online. Not that I like it, but I learn talking about that. Yeah. No one tells you how much to earn. It's, you know, in any other job, you will need to know in advance how much you get per hour or per day. Unlimited revenue is there for you. It's an international business. We all come from different parts of, I mean, not all, but most of us from different parts of the world. But on the other hand, all of us have or know somebody somewhere else across the ocean. Yeah. So international business, what can be better? And yes, we all have a dream. Even so, we may not think like that. But it's enough to close your eyes and say, I wish I could go in so-and-so holiday or cruise, or should have so-and-so house. And so we all dream of something, you know. I cannot even believe is anyone out there who doesn't have that kind, I wish I can do this and that and that, isn't it? This is an opportunity to earn incredible amount every month. And yes, as you may not believe now, but you can become a millionaire if you do the right thing. Now, what is an investment business? Investment consulting training, it's part of it as well. How about investment instruments and co-ownership? Well, what's the connection between the two? You see, you cannot be a co-owner of something unless you know why. You will not invest unless you know why do you need to invest there. What do you want to achieve through it? What will give you back? So how to invest, where to invest, why to invest, what's the risk of it, but in the other hand, become a co-owner of that. It's something different. It's an opportunity to increase your capital very quickly. Yes, if you put the right work in it, and if you do the right thing, yes, you can. Then is an asset management. Of course it is. It's an opportunity to increase assets from $1 to 1 million. Well, I know it may sound too good to be true, but you can. Again, it's all down to understanding that you have to do the right thing at the right time in order to achieve all that. And it's the prestige as well. I mean, how many people in this world can truly say, I'm a co-owner, like we are here? I mean, to be a co-owner in this business through the multi-level crowd investing and to, you know, to have a portfolio you can be proud of, I can tell you, there are not many out there who can say that, but we are. Next slide, please. So, what we have achieved so far. Remember I said to you that in 2016, when I heard about this project, to be honest, I didn't know what direction we will go. But I'm a kind of calculated risk taker, put it this way, you know. I learned all this through my other investments. So I did my due diligence in a way, but I can't tell you how proud I am to be part of it. I can't find the right words to tell you, because what we achieved since then, it is something I can tell you, not many businesses out there can be proud of it like we are. So over 750,000 active partners worldwide. Remember, I said to you that we are all over the world. Business operating in 175 plus countries. We have a lot of people who, actually 71 people who achieved the president rank, which is one of the top prestigious positions, which you can really say, I made it, but it's hard work pay off in the end, yeah? We present our business in 11 languages. Remember what my colleague Gail said, that we had our loyalty bonuses starting in May last year. Well, if you look at the slide, over $96 million have been paid through the network as a bonus. So what we achieved, it is actually over 1,359,000 partners in 5 years, over 19,000 per month, over 360 per day, 27 people per hour, and 1 registration every 2 minutes. So we have 1 registration, 1 new partner every single 2 minutes. Isn't that exciting and proud to be all out? I tell you, there are no companies who can compete with us. We are unique in so many ways. Next slide more, please. Now, you can look at these stories of success. I have met a good few of them, actually, from Emanuele Baroni, Giovanni De Rose, and those who I'm very close to as part of the Leadership Council in UK, Elena, Annette, Marshall, which Mo was telling you a lot about early on. They are unique, each one unique in their own way, because you know, striving to achieve and to be where they are, and working hard every single day. Obviously, the success didn't wait long to be there for them. So proud to be part of the Leadership Council and to have such partners, always to you know, get answers to my questions when I get stuck. Marshall, you know, extremely knowledgeable in crypto and network, Annette as well, because being part of the Leadership Council, we always exchange opinion. So is Elena fully involved in a business. I met Khalid in last time in India. A gentleman with a lot of passion about the transport technology, about the portfolio altogether, and so Mr. Nazar and his wife. So yeah, every single person has their own stories, but I'm a lot in touch with the first 3, obviously, and Giovanni De Rose, part of the Italian team, who I met a few times, really funny person, but extremely knowledgeable in the business and serious in it as well. Next slide, please. And more stories as well. Here I can't say I know many of them, but as I said, every person has their own story. We all have a past. We all one way or the other been striving for success. I did that because when I left Romania, I just wanted to make my parents proud of me, not knowing that, I will have to face a tough time. But every single certificate, diploma, I shared with them because I knew they work hard to keep me in school and to give me education. Not a financial one, but that financial education I achieved in UK, I was very proud of, and I shared it with them as well. Next slide, please. So what are the advantages of the multi-level crowd investing business? I mentioned earlier that is a business from home, where you can be your own boss. And I must say, many people out there can envy you to saying that I'm my own boss and I can work from home. Start your international business from scratch. Yes, you can, because you may know someone in Italy who may know someone in Argentina. You see how it goes? So important is to keep your business alive and always look out for those who are open to expand and hungry for success. Unlimited earning potential. Also, I said that in my last slide. No one tells you how much you can earn and when can you work and why you earn a certain amount which others may only dream of. So there is an unlimited potential. Unique business model. Gail said to you, there is no other company out there based on a portfolio with so many assets. We are pioneers in it. Yeah, our educational program linked to our crypto unit, which is linked to our portfolio. Nobody else has done that before. They may do it in the future, but we are pioneers in it. And we are really proud to have such unique business with unique portfolio, with unique education model. You cannot find this education model out there. That I can tell you. So try to find it and let me know. And massive leverage across entire network. That's correct. Remember how big is our network? Exactly. There is a leverage across the entire network. Next slide, please, Mo. So how to become part of our project? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Register, get your verification, participate in our program to earn as you learn, and do implement what you learn. Because it's not enough to learn something and not to share it. It's all a sharing experience. Do ask the person who invited you to our presentation. Ask how to register, and that person, our partner, will help you all the way, step by step. Get verified, because this is not a business where you can, pay for education, put the money there and disappear. You have to be verified, because through our system, you will get a legacy. And to have that, you have to prove who you are. Participate in our program. Earn as you learn. And what you learn, implement it and share it. Next slide, please, Mo. Well, look at my slide. You see, I think you it's a mistake somewhere here, but presents for all students is not 50 crew. This month is actually 350. It's a mistake, but don't worry, I will tell you. Look at what I remember what I just said 2 seconds ago. 350 crew points for free. Now you tell me any job, any business where you go, and they will wait for you with a small package, a small present as you walk in to say, this is to welcome you in for free. Now, if you find that business, do let me know, because I'm so curious to know who else is so given like our company does. So 350 crypto, which you will receive now, in years to come, you will be, I'm telling you, a wealthy person. Remember my words, yeah? So this month, every single person who will become our partner will get 350 crew, yeah? Now, every Tuesday, we have our investment training, literacy training. So please do stay and learn what means or how to have this investment training for free. Yeah, and every Thursday we will talk about multi-level crowd investing business training. Again, a lot more details. This is just few, just to introduce you to it. But please do join us on Thursday. I will be there, and what you will learn is it will help you understand the direction we are going. So all I can say, welcome to the, I can tell to our new partners, if any people who are listening to us tonight, if they want to join us, I can say welcome, and I assure you, you will not be disappointed. Thank you for listening. That's my part, I guess, more, isn't it? I can't hear you. Oh, whoops, sorry. Okay, so what is our mission? What do we understand? What we are actually doing through the new economic evolution of the world? In fact, even the slide tells you what that means. It's a new way of waves of look at the direction the world goes. Yeah, if you look around, you can see that the recession has hit us harder than ever. Through our mission, will change the way the world thinks and the direction the world goes. It's a global distribution of wealth. That probably tells you a lot, you know, giving you security and protection. You may think, why? But I tell you, by helping others, we have all prosperity, we'll be happy, and we can realize our own dreams and other people around us dreams also. Next slide, Mo.
I think that's it, Magda. That's it. Yeah.
Well, dear partners, thank you for listening. My pleasure to be here with you all.
Magda and Gail, thank you very much. And please, participants, thank you so much for making it. There's still like loads of you left, which is amazing. So can we have a big round of 8s in the chat for Magda, Gail, and yourselves for making it all the way to the end. Thank you so much.
Super. Thank you.
And of course, Mo. Thank you for your energy.
And guys, let's thank you, Gail. Guys, let's all so yeah, basically always go back to the person that referred you. to get the registration link from them, and then take the first step and just register. It's free to register your own account. And then always, then you can just like ask advice for anyone about how to do the back office and all that kind of stuff. There's loads of support, including from myself or Gail or from Magda and from the UK Leadership Council, which is us. There's also Blaze, there's also Jacqueline. You've also been introduced to Marshall and Elena and Annette. So you probably know their faces. So, just get yourself registered first. That link comes from the person that's referred you into the business, okay? And then we can help you further from there. We have some questions and answers. Aha, I am Catherine. I'm from Manchester. Can I have local help from Gail? Gail, if you wanna answer that.
You certainly can.
And Catherine Masaga, you've left your phone number, but I'm not sure what that's for. So again, if you want a referral link, please go back to the person. Oh, that is Catherine. That's Catherine that asked the question. So yeah. Have you captured that number, Gail?
No, I can't see it.
It's in the Q&A. If you have
right, okay, I'll grab that.
Yeah.
I've got it, yeah. So it's Catherine. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so guys, definitely go back to the person that told you to come here and get their link, register with their link, and then you can have all the help that you like with the rest of it. Okay. Right, what's the so also make sure to keep coming back on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're actually moving to 8 p.m. I believe. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Is that correct, Elena?
No, it's Thursday only, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be only for this Thursday. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, so we're it's generally 7 p.m. every.
Yeah, I will do the presentation on Thursday, and we will start at 8 p.m. next Thursday. Please do put that in your diary, please. Yeah, we'll mention in our groups as well. 8 p.m.
So everyone come back at 8 p.m. on Thursday, and in general, come back on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just keep watching the chats. And right now we're going to go into the investment training. So I would like, if you could all put 5s in the chat if you want to learn a little bit about the investment side of things. Put 5s in the chat. Thank you, Sisse. Nice. Okay, again, we do the investment part kind of now every Tuesday, and keep coming back because you might not get it all the first time round. And then if you want to learn about the MLCI business, we teach that after the presentation on the Thursday as well. So again, if it doesn't make sense the first time, keep coming back because we keep repeating those as well. So lots of value, and I'm going to hand you over to the amazing Elena Pepina. You're going to start, aren't you? So Elena, I love Elena. She introduced me to this business 3 years ago, so I'm absolutely indebted to this young lady. And again, having seen where she's come from before to who she is now, and just how powerful a story she has, she's going to tell you a little bit about herself, I'm sure. So Elena, I'll hand over to you. Everyone, please put a round of 7s in the chat for Elena. Please put a round of 7s in the chat to welcome Elena. Thank you. Nice. Okay, Elena, take it away.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. But for the Gail and Magda and Mo, that was amazing presentation. I enjoyed so much. Hopefully rest of you. And as Mo was saying, yes, every Tuesday we also doing the second part, because this is one of our pillow legs, education, especially financial education, as Mo was explaining what Robert Kiyosaki talks, what all the surveys which been done all around the world. Unfortunately, this topic never been really highlighted to many people and many companies. So it's my pleasure to give you today, me and Mo, the second part, which is a foundation of investment. So a presentation program today will be, of course, we are going to talk about golden rules, which we call 8 rules of private investor. What is also importance of a financial plan, of course, 8 wonders of the world, capitalization secrets, what to do next in order to live dream life in 3 months. I personally say you can start your dream life already today in a second, because it's all about the decisions what you are making. It's really important, and of course making the next steps and making massive actions once you're making the decision. So yeah, me and Mo are gonna do the presentation. Mo already explained who he is. Myself, my name is Elena Pepina. Originally I am born and raised in Latvia. First time when I came here to UK was back to 2009, so almost 11 years I've been here living. Of course, I'm coming from average family, back to Latvia. So, you know, in Latvia we don't really have this wealthy environment, most of the families. So I grew up, you know, just living average, seeing how my parents are working hard, never having enough, you know, money. Of course, we are still grateful what we had, but, you know, we didn't have these luxurious holidays and big houses. And for me, it was always, you know, dream, you know, to live big houses, travel all around the world. But my impression since I born was like, you know, you have to work hard for the money. And that's what I saw. I saw my mom was doing 2-3 jobs, and most of the families. And of course, when I came to UK, you know, I wanted to have good life. I want to have, you know, loads of money. And you know, I made the decision to come here. But unfortunately, it wasn't as great as I expected. I was still, you know, working hard, having not enough. Still grateful, but not enough what I was expecting. And then especially what happened when my daughter born, back to 2014. You know, I faced with many financial difficulties. And I was kind of blaming myself, you know, and was start thinking, do I really gonna go back to my parents' path, my grandparents' path, not to having enough money, not to giving enough to my daughter? Then I have to rethink, what should I do? Like, if I'm gonna keep living how I used to live and taking my parents' path, you know, I will be exactly the same way. So once I made the decision, of course, all the opportunities and all information was coming to me. And actually back to 2014, I've been introduced with this amazing opportunity. But unfortunately, I didn't take as serious. I only started doing the business back to 2017, when actually, you know, things will start getting worse. But now, looking back, you know, the decisions what I made in my life, making all these actions, definitely, my life, as Mo was saying, my life changed 360 different directions. And I'm here obviously to share with everyone, you know, all people all around the world, how important is to take the actions, how important is to make the difference in a life, because you never know what's going to happen. As Gail was saying as well, people never going to be ready for, you know, crisis, what's happening all around the world. So we need to rethink, and this is what we do in our company, and this is what I'm going to present, really tiny bit what we are promoting. And most importantly, when I'm going to talk about 8 rules of private investor, it's not about knowing them, it's not about reading them and actually applying them. Even if you are registering in our company, education is there. In your tab, also company doing like frequently all the trainings, like not just reading it, not just, you know, understanding them, but actually applying them. And why financial education is important? Because, and I always going to say that, it's not about how much you have, but what you do with what you have. And I always look in 2 ways. When you have a lot of money, you can help others. And when you have a lot of money, you can maybe spend it all. So the knowledge is important. Knowledge is there, but how you are applying it. And even myself, when I was come back here to UK and I was working as a hairdresser, all the money what I was earning, I was spending it. Everything, every single money. And this is actually happening in lots of different companies, traditional businesses and traditional businesses. People are earning good money, but no one have the knowledge how to sustain his money, how to multiply. So this, obviously, the steps, what I'm going to talk about will, make you more understand. But what most of the people do today, and if you see the financial portfolio, and when Mo was giving amazing explanation what Robert Kiyosaki created. So this is, in the right side, you can see this is how rich, wealthy people live. They are working for their assets. They're not looking for the job. They're looking how they can multiply their money. And people who are in a poor and middle class, they are looking, the job where they can get this one income. And it's actually really powerful for you to understand which financial class you are, poor, middle, or rich class. And usually poor and middle class people, I will give you an example. When you are receiving, let's say, 1,000, let's say I'm going to give the minimum. Let's say you're receiving 1,000 euros, dollars, pounds, whatever currency you are in. Poor and middle class, they are receiving and they are spending all, or they are giving all their liabilities. So basically they're not keeping anything. But rich people, when they're receiving 1,000, they are putting aside and they are multiplying. They are investing in different assets. Like when you see rich class portfolio, this is actually how Andre Harato also creating CIU program, which Gail explained really perfectly. And how you can go there to rich class portfolio, what the steps you need to take. Of course, the education is important, and financial education always going to give you benefits, and the golden rules of 8 rules of private investor, which you can start reading now and implementing from the day one. I do advising you maybe take the pen and paper, just whatever resonates with you, just make a note, because this is how always we're going to remember. Yeah. Great, so let's go ahead. So there will be 8 rules of private investor. Me and Mo, we're gonna explain step by step, as simple as we can, because we don't have that much time. Great. Let's start with the first rule, which is understanding the terminology of these 3 types of words. When I started the business in this company, and when I've been talking to different people from different areas, people usually talks, I want to get financial freedom, I want to get financial independent, and actually without knowing or understanding there is the difference. And financial freedom and financial independence might sound similar, but actually these 2 terms have completely 2 different meanings. And I will give you an example. So let's say, if you count yourself financially independent, then that's mean you have to have the money in your bank account, and I will explain you how much. Again, let me give you an example. So let's say in the UK, obviously it's impossible, but let's say in the UK, for you to survive, to pay the rent, to pay, all the travel expenses, all the food, all your bills and phones, you need 1,000 a month. So this is your monthly expenses, how you can survive here in this country, right? So, but if you're gonna calculate 1,000 times 12, which is 12 months, and times 10, which is for the 10 years, sorry, the result will be 120,000. So if you would have at the moment in your bank account 120,000, you can count yourself financially independent for the next 10 years. But taking in consideration that there is also inflation, and plus when we're looking back 10 years ago from now, remember what you could buy with a 10 euro or 10 pounds, a loads of things, right? Today with a 10 pounds, you cannot buy literally nothing in a way. So, but if you would have this amount of money, you can consider yourself as a financially independent, but of course not upgrading your life, just to live the way how you live at the moment. If you want to be financially free, then, so I'm going to read it. So financially freedom is achieved by having income from current assets. Basically, monthly expenses are fully covered without losing any capital. So basically, if you would invest exactly the same amount of money what you have in your bank account for 12% annually, meaning you would get every single month 1,000 extra as your asset, because money would work for you. And if you would continuously keep investing the money and upgrading this percentage till rest of your lifetime, and when all these assets would work for you, you are financially freedom. So, and I will give you examples. So when I talk to the people, let's say from traditional or untraditional businesses, let's say network marketers, they're always aiming for financially freedom. And they always saying to do the business, you will be financially free. But actually not, because we know that the business, it's not actually asset. It's only, it calls residual income. Yeah, is that correct? So if the business will stop, if the people not going to work for you, then the money also will going to stop. But if you are creating the assets, which are working from your investment without your physical work, then obviously this is money which is working for you. Hope that makes sense. The next one, under the rule number 1, understanding difference between assets and liabilities. Again, lots of people are, not loads, but people who doesn't understand financial education or financial terminology, they are thinking assets and liabilities are kind of the same meaning. And let me ask you the question, do you think your car is your asset? Just put the plus if you think your car is your asset. Okay, yeah. But if you would rent this car, or if you would start working as a taxi driver, if that would be asset or liability? So if that would be asset, then put A, if liability, L. That's correct. Okay, you're getting that. So basically assets are when the money are coming into your pocket, liabilities, money is coming out of your pocket. Perfect. Good. I like that. I like that. Great. This is really important. What you need to understand the difference between assets and liabilities. The next one is understanding what is investment and investing. And also as well, when we talk with the people, so people are using, or they sound the same, but actually meanings are also different. So investment means that you understand there are various investment instruments from the 20 different market segments. And Gail already been explaining there's like education, banking sector, co-ownership. So That means Gail and all of you, you understand there are different tools where I can invest. And this is also how we are as well creating our CIU program as well. There was an investing, I think there's no next slide, but investing, okay, it's not there slide. And then I will explain you what means investing. Investing means that you understand how money can grow year by year. So this is the process. So investment is you understand that there are different tools, different market segments. Investing, this is the process. So you understand money can grow year by year. And when I was explaining about financial freedom, so you understand the money percentage can grow. Great. The next rule is rule number 2. These actually are one of the important rules which anyone should or must use it. I sometimes say rules can be broken, can be break. Is that correct? But 5 commandments cannot be. Cannot be is just basically you need to stick with them. And these are really, really important.
Hello.
Sorry, I don't.
Hello.
Okay.
My name is Leia Pepina.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So 5 commandments. So these are which everyone should kind of consider and start using it from the day 1 from today. So the first rule from 5 commandments is save 30% from your income. So what I do suggest for you, maybe after the webinar or even now while I'm running these rules, maybe go in your bank account or go in your purse and calculate how much at the moment you have money. And take out physically or in your bank account or your crypto wallet, I don't know, move it 10%. And always, always, always promise to yourself and make a deal that every single month, every time when you're going to receive any amount of the money, you will put aside. And this 10% will be your money, you paying yourself. This is going to be money for your pension. Because what's happening today, every single month or every time when you're getting some money from the businesses, you're always giving away. You are paying the bills, you're buying the sofa, you are buying the food, you're paying all your bills. So you're giving out the money. But these 10% is your money. And this has to be from today till, you know, you're getting old, and make as a habit every time. And in an idea scenario, of course, when you start creating more assets, money is coming more in, you have more income, obviously there are different rules, then you could increase 30% to 50%, but start with a 10%. And this is money must be invested. The next one is control your expenses. Now, average family or average person today receiving roughly 1, 2, or 3 incomes. But when you're going to start writing on your paper how many expenses you have every month, trust me, you will be surprised. Average person have from 15 to 25 different expenses, different liabilities. So imagine person receiving 1, 2, 3 incomes, and they have many, many expenses. And most of the times people don't know even where money gone. I remember when I was younger, when I came to this country, every single month I was, you know, spending all my money, but without knowing where I spend it. So what we do recommend is start control your money, where you are spending it, how much you are receiving it, because you're saying you are earning hard your money, but you don't know where this money going. And I will show with you also the table, which I could, also recommend to start implementing. Protect your money. Protect your money can be in different areas. So, but let's say I'm going to talk about specific for different opportunities or for different investments. So when now you understand that, you know, you need to start creating assets, you understand you need to sustainable, you need to multiply the money, start learning all the rules and investments, and start doing your own due diligence, how much you can invest in particular, let's say, projects. I even know one lady that she is 80 years old lady, and obviously amazing opportunity to come to her. Well, all of us we know there are cryptocurrency boom, like loads of people are investing in cryptocurrency. And of course, this lady, she said all her life savings, I think there was like 80,000, I think it was 80,000, I don't want to lie. Yeah, so, or 10,000, sorry. But anyway, so what happened is she invested this chunk of the money in one project. And guess what? This project, of course, you know, never come alive. So what I'm saying to you, maybe there are opportunities where you can make your money, but consider what the percentage you will do it. I hope that makes sense. So don't put all your money in some projects or investments. I'm not saying not, but do your own due diligence, protect your money, learn how to invest wisely. If you're already doing some amazing investments, if you're already investing in real estate or cryptocurrency or even this project, always search for more, always educating yourself because you want to upgrade your life. And also there is happening, as I was saying, you know, inflation, or something maybe not gonna, you know, some project not gonna be as, you know, as huge. We don't know. So always search where else you can invest and always learn to earn more. Like Magda was saying as well. So when you start, for example, do the business in our company, let's say, of course, you can learn how you can earn the money through our company, but always also, you know, try to find other ways. And another important thing is when I talk to the people, or maybe you came across, they are always saying, you know, I don't have a money, invest. I don't have a money to, you know, invest in my education. I will do it when I'm gonna be rich. I will do when I'm gonna have loads of money. No. That's why the 5 commandments are put as step by step. Save, control, protect, learn, and always learn, earn more. So don't thinking I'm going to start do some activities from investment or education side when you're going to have the money. Start from now. Start put aside the money. I hope that makes sense. Oh, there is investing. So this is investing. What I was wanted to show you. So here in this slide, you can see the power of investing. So you understand that this money will grow year by year. So let's imagine you invested $10,000 for 20 years. So where percentage would be, let's say, 12% a year. So that time of the period from the 10,000 in 12% a year, you would get 110,000 and so on. So basically, investing is that you understand. Also, my brother, he is also new beginner. He started understanding the power of investing. I even gave him different exercise, you know, real facts, which and where he was looking different companies if he would invest it, you know, let's say 5 or 10 years ago, how his money would grow. So it's really powerful and really eye-opener that investing works if you understand. And here, of course, maybe you can take the screenshot, or if you're really interested, I will share with you actually the table, the Google Doc Excel sheet table, where you can start do your own income and expenses budget, or your family budget planner, where you can put all your incomes and all your expenses, where you're spending every single day, and then you can, make all the good sheet for, for many months, and you can, maybe downgrade some expenses. So this is also important, how you can follow up your expenses and income. Mo, do you want to take next part?
Sure. Thank you very much, Elena. Okay, guys, do you know what? Put a round of 8s in the chat if you're enjoying this material, if this is useful to you. Put 8s in the chat. And I'll get on with the next part. So what's on this slide? Do you want to just reveal the next part of the slide? So yes, okay, so you need to have rule number 3 of the private investor is you need to have a financial plan. Now, there's lots of different types of plans. You might be thinking, well, I need to have short-term plans for, making certain payments, like by the end of the week. Maybe you're going to go see a chiropractor or something, I don't know. Maybe you've got mid-term plans, like that you kind of want to save up for, I don't know, a new kitchen or something, or a new big purchase. Or maybe you have long-term plans. Maybe you want to buy a new property and you've got to save up for the deposit, and that's a long-term plan. Or like maybe there's a major life event happening or something, right? So you want to have different scales of plans. Okay, if we can have the next slide, please, Elena. So a financial plan is a comprehensive evolution of an investor's current and future financial state by using currently known variables to predict future cash flows, asset values, and withdrawal plans. Okay, so basically it's having a plan is basically knowing exactly what the steps are going to be and around about when you're going to take the steps. Okay, financial planning is an ongoing process to help you make sensible decisions about money that can help you achieve the goals in your life. So the financial plan is pre-setting those decisions, and the financial planning is the process of coming to what those decisions will be in order to create your set of instructions of this is what I will do and when I'll do it. Okay, next slide please, Elena. So why do you need it? Well, you want to have capital formation for passive income. Put a PI in the chat if you understand that you want passive income. You can put dollar signs, you can put euro signs, you can put pound signs, but you know that you want passive income coming in, right? Okay, yeah, exactly. Passive income, because you want to know that you're going to be able to take care of your children's education. You want to know that you're going to be able to purchase more real estate and more assets that are bringing in money, maybe a fleet of cars that you can rent out that are going to bring in money, right? So you can open your own businesses so you can bring in more money, so you can provide a pension for yourself so that you can bring in money when you're old, right? So you can provide inheritance capital for your children, okay? So that's why you need it. Next slide, please. Yes, so I'll take it to rule 6, okay? Rule 4 is diversify. You don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket, okay? If you'd have put all of your, right, put a C in the chat if you understand crypto, if you've ever heard of cryptocurrencies. Put a C in the chat if you've ever heard of cryptocurrencies. Okay, excellent. If you'd have put all of your eggs into Bitcoin in 2018, end of 2017, beginning of 2018, when it was all going up and it was reaching like $20,000, right? Would that have been a good idea? Put a Y if yes, or put an N if no, right? Okay, we've got an N. Put a Y if yes, put an N if no, if it was a good idea to put all of your money into Bitcoin in 2017, right? Yes or no? We want more answers, guys, more answers. Yeah, exactly. Many no's. Someone said a yes, but do you know what? No, I'll explain why. Right, Bitcoin, it looked like it was just going up, right? And there are many people that would have like actually put all their money in at that point, right? But if you tracked it, then actually from 2018, all it did was it went down. Okay, so you don't want to have all of your eggs in Bitcoin. You might want to have some in gold. You might want to have some in Microsoft and Google and Tesla, right? You might want to have some in properties that are bringing in more income. You might want to have some in, I don't know, other currencies. I believe Asian currencies doing decently. You know, again, I can't give you financial advice. No one's licensed here to give you financial advice. But these are just some ideas. The point being that while all of your crypto went down, some of those things would have gone up. I love this. Yes, you want to have some pre-IPO things. You want to have some long-term investments and some short-term investments, right? So anyway, rule number 4, diversify. Okay, rule number 5, kind of related to rule number 3, which is to have a plan, right? Is investment discipline. You want to stick to the plan, right? Security tokens, Alenka, exactly, right? Understand what you're doing. And actually, I'll leave that, Elena will tell you a little bit more about the other rules, but just on this one, just wait, not finished yet, honestly. Investment discipline, you want to stick to the plan. I just want to share one story, right? Someone said this really, really well, right? Put a D in the chat if you've ever been diving, okay? Put a D in the chat if you're a diver, if you've got a diver's license. If you want to go diving, put a D in the chat. Michelle, my friend, good to see you. Alenka, yes. Yeah, okay, look, divers have a saying, okay, which is plan the dive and dive the plan, okay? So just like rule 3 is basically to have a financial plan, rule 5 is about stick to the plan, okay? Because, I'm sorry, Andrea, we can't actually take questions live, but you can type a question in the chat and maybe we'll be able to answer it if it's not too long. But the point being, you want to plan the dive, but dive the plan, because what happens is if you don't dive the plan, then you run out of air, okay? And in investing, it's like you don't want to run out of capital, okay? So basically, rule number 5, investment discipline, stick to your discipline, stick to the plan. Okay, Elena, take it away. You can go from rule 6.
Thank you. Are you finding interesting and you finding valuable this information? Because first time when I heard about these rules, I didn't pay attention. And only after a couple months, when I've been attending different webinars, I understood importance. So it's really, really important. Great. So the rule 6 is don't be greedy and don't be lazy. So it's really important as an investor to control your emotions, and you can apply for the people maybe who do Forex or people who do long-term or short-term. So it's really important to keep calm and control all these emotions. So let's say, you know, you created maybe couple investments, let's say Mo was saying, and then there is suddenly one investment instrument start really progressing and start giving, you know, all the great returns, and then you are suddenly taking other money out from your other baskets or taking some other saved money and putting in one to this specific object, which start giving you all these returns. And then something suddenly happens, and, you know, all this investment tool got, you know, kind of disappear in a way, or didn't act as, you know, as from the beginning. So don't be greedy. Also, the greediness, as you see, greediness leads to bankruptcy. Also, it's important not to be lazy. I would love to actually more relate to the people who are lying their investments on behalf of someone. So someone invests on behalf of you or some of the companies. So this is kind of laziness that a person doesn't study or doesn't learn actually how this investment can grow, because you're lazy to learn, if that makes sense. So important, don't be greedy, don't be lazy. Rule 7, education and self-development. I've been telling many webinars and also many leaders, and not just in our company, but there is saying, once you stop learning, you stop living. Our world in 21st century are changing rapidly every single day. Even especially blockchain industry, it's changing rapidly, even like every single day. It's really great area where you can start to expand actually, this blockchain. So it's happening. So last year or 2 years ago, you didn't know. So I do highly recommend, to start learning about the blockchain, or even self-development. You need to understand how to become better person than you were yesterday. Because there is saying, I should not say that, but there is also saying, if you're going to give money to the bad person who have bad attentions, obviously the money can destroy, right? So it's also important, develop yourself from within, where you're going to use this money. And that's why also in our company, we are really highlighting as well, charity sector as well, because through our company and through any self-development, you will start learning how it can help others. So an education, in all these areas is important as, as financial, as self-development. So self-development is key to success. Myself, I read the books, not just about investment, but I am expanding my understanding about spiritual world, about the business, how to be successful, how to not to act or how to act. So it is their power, and it's always, always rewarding. You can lose everything. You can lose all your money where you may be invested. You can lose the businesses. But once you build this education, the knowledge, no one can take back from you. Well, apart if there are some serious illnesses. But usually the education is the best investment. And rule number 8 is always multiply your investment profit. It does not matter, as Mo was saying, if you already diversified your investment portfolio, if you already invested in this area and this area, always, always search for more. Always upgrade your lifestyle. If you're currently living in a 2 or 3 bedroom flat, make it big house, or make it house, next to seaside. Always search how you can earn more, always. So always multiply all your investments, because once you stop gonna, kind of dream or, setting all your big goals, everything gonna stop, trust me. So search for more, important, educating yourself, create different income streams, and again, going back to personal development, helping as a humanity, as a big, the more money you're gonna have, the more you will be able to help others as well, as a family, as a community, as a society, and so on and on. 8 wonders of the world. Who are 8 wonders of the world? All of us, we are knowing that there are 7 wonders of the world, but actually there is 8 wonders of the world in the finance. And it's compounding percent against the accumulated, sorry, my language. Mo, do you want to take this subject, or should I go ahead?
Yeah, sure. So what we talking about? We're talking about compounding. percentage
Compounding
against
interest.
the accumulated. Okay, so right, okay, compounding interest, right, okay, so let's just read the slide. So compounding interest is the addition of interest to your principal, okay, the principal amount of the deposit or the loan. In other words, the interest on the interest. So this is the result of reinvestment of the interest, not their payment. So the interest in the next period is accrued on the principal account plus the previously accumulated interest. So basically, compounding interest is if you have your money in something that provides its own return every month, but then you keep, with that return, you also keep reinvesting that return and compounding it, and compounding it, and compounding it every month. So the whole thing just grows and grows and grows. And actually, Einstein, I believe, said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Okay. Cumulative interest, on the other hand, is the sum of all interest payments on the loan for a certain period of time. So for a depreciable loan, cumulative interest will increase with a decreasing rate, since the subsequent periodic payment of the loan represents a higher percentage of the principal amount of the loan and a smaller percentage of its interest. So I'll be honest, I'm not sure that I understand what that means. But basically, right, so but we can figure this out, right? So the financial planning compounding interest. So this slide demonstrates what happens when you save 10% of your salary per month. And let's say from left to right, you've got, let's say your salary is 100 euros, 200 euros, 300 euros, 400 euros, whatever per month, right? And if you save 10%, so just look at the left column for now. If you save 10% of your 100 euros per month, that's 10 euros per month, and you put it into something that allows you to make 8% every month. So you're adding 100 euros per month, plus whatever is in there is generating 8% every month, right? Then after 10 years, you make $1.3 million. Okay. Now, let's say, whoa, what's going on there? Right. So thank you, Elena. Isn't Elena doing amazing? Please put ones in the chat if Elena's doing amazing. Put ones in the chat, thank you. Yeah, we want some ones in the chat. Excellent, some ones in the chat. Elena's doing amazing, excellent. Okay, thank you. Right, look, so look at the last two columns now, okay? Because they're kind of the same, just a very slight difference. So let's say you have a salary of 500 euros per month. You save 10% of that, which is 50 euros per month. Except you're not saving it, you are putting it into something that is delivering 8% per month. Okay. So right, so if you basically, after the first year, you wind up with 1,000 euros in your savings account, because you keep putting 50 euros in every month, plus it's making 10% every month. And then by the end of year 10, you make almost 7 million euros. Okay. Now, the last column basically says, if you take that 500 euros and you manage to save 30% of it, which is 150 euros every month, and you put it into an asset that generates 10% every month, then actually by the end of 10 years you clear like over 150 million euros. Okay, so you can see how compounding interest can generate significant, massive, ridiculous wealth for you and generational wealth for your family. Okay, put a Y in the chat if you understand that. Put a Y in the chat if you understand that. Compounding interest is good. Cumulative interest is what you get in the bank. It's not good. Okay, right, so next please, Elena. Capitalization. If it's all right, I'm going to keep going with this. Is that okay? Okay, cool. So the basics of capitalization. The term capitalization comes from the word capital, and therefore it's useful to understand the meaning of the word capital. The term capital in the accounting literature means the equity of the company. The rich measure their wealth in terms of their net worth, okay, which is basically their assets minus their liabilities, okay? So economists will use the term capital to mean all the accumulated wealth that is used to produce additional wealth, okay? That is the sum of the assets, stuff that produces additional wealth, okay? So net worth is also called the carrying value or the share capital. Next slide, please. Right, okay, this is my favorite slide. So in this example, right, think about if you were able to save $1 a day. And let's assume, just for argument's sake, we're talking about, you know, 30-day month, okay? So that means that you're able to save $30 per month, okay? Now, over 30 years, if you save $30 per month, you would have $10,800. Put 10,800 in the chat if you are following me so far. Sisse, we can absolutely get you this presentation video, but everyone put 10800 in the chat if you are following, okay? So this is just what it says under example number 1. So after 30 years, whoa, right, this is what happens. After 30 years, right, you will have $10,800, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you are able to put your $30 a month into something that provides you 12% a year, or actually 1% per month, which is 12% per year, right? Then actually the whole thing compounds, and rather than only making $10,800, you actually make $105,897 by the end of those 30 years. Okay, put a Y in the chat if that is amazing, right? Put a Y in the chat if you understand this, right? So basically, your capitalization, here's a term, a technical term, capitalization, is the difference between the money that's generated from the interest, right? And, well, it's basically the difference between the capital income, this 105,000 figure, and the 10,800 figure, which is your principal, okay? So your capitalization, the difference in this example is $95,097. But so that is an ideal example of capitalization and the benefits of compounding your gains. Okay, Elena, next slide, please. Excellent. So, right, what will be the savings of Mr. X and Mr. Y at the end of the term? Do you know what? Right. Elena, would you like to take over on this part?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
I can blag it if you want.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's just this slide shows that and kind of proves the difference of saving or investing different amount of money for different time of the period, if that makes sense. So, and I will come back to this slide. So let's say Peter X and Peter Y. So Peter X, since 1986, saved $200 for 30 years. And Peter Y since 1996, which is 10 years later, saved $400. And he done this for 20 years. And I just want to show you that, you can see. So I just want to show you the difference. So here, and I was writing down. So here, Peter X, so for 30 years, he saved $200 like every single month. So he, what's the percentage? Was it the same percentage? Yeah, for 8%. Yeah, sorry, 8%, sorry. So for the 8%, so for 30 years, he saved $200 for the 8% for 30 years. So this is the smaller amount of money, what he saved, and the Peter Y, he saved bigger large of the money for the shorter time of the period. I just want to show you that power, that if you are saving for the longer with a smaller amount, your capitalization and capital income will be larger, if that makes sense. And here, obviously, you can see the fundamentals of capitalization and creation of capital income. So how you can calculate what is capital income and what is capitalization. Again, these are two different words. So your capital income is the total amount of the money, what you gain during the period when you were saving and investing. But your capitalization will be when you take off your capital income of your initial investment. So this will be your capitalization, your actual money, what you gain. Is that clear? Hopefully it is. And here as well, I do as well, sorry, I'm just checked. So calculate the capitalization of interest at rate of 12%, 24% per annual, 36% per annual of the desired option for annual income in percent of the following condition. You must invest monthly $100 for 30 years. And probably more can agree, when we was passing Master Profi for the first time, well, when I first time, and me and Mo also was passing Master Profi, actually this was our homework for a couple hours. We literally needed to write on a paper the power of the calculation, and we have to do all these calculations ourselves. So maybe take the screenshot, and do this homework to yourself. And imagine the feelings, how actually money can grow. Maybe Mo can, share his, and last time he showed as well his personal calculation. But once you're going to do yourself, you will understand the power, the growth of your investment, of when you start investing the money. And trust me, you will be amazed. So what you need to do is, so let's say you're going to do 12% per annual. Please take the screenshot, and I do recommend to do homework to yourself, because once you do yourself, you will feel it. You will put all your emotions. And maybe I'm going to take another homework, which would be good if you also would be good to do it. So let's say you will start do like after this presentation or tomorrow for 30 years. So let's say and imagine you are using 5 commandments, and you're using 10% of your income. So every single month you will put $100, which give you 12% per annual, so which 1% a month. So you put 100, 1% a month is 101. Next month, you will use what you gain, 101, and plus your 100, which you promised to yourself to put for every single month. And do that for the 30 years. And have a look how much money you will gain after 30 years. Or even write down how much you will gain million after how many years. and do this for the 24% and 30%, and put all your emotions. It's really, really, really important, because in this way you will understand the power of investing. And also what I as well wanted to mention, when I was start teaching my brother, well, I'm not teacher, as Mo was saying, we are not financial advisors. Obviously, all of us, we are learning, but, you know, we want to, you know, kind of give you the taste and understanding the power of investing. So I actually was asking my brother, take out like 10 companies back 5 years. So imagining that he would invest in these specific companies on a paper. So let's say if he would invest in Tesla 5 years ago, certain amount of money, and how many shares he would get, and what the capital would he had this time. So he was searching different companies and actually being so surprised if he would have this knowledge 5 years ago, and if he really would invest this money in these particular companies, he would have enough money, you know, not to worry about. So it's really, really important to understand this, this power of investing. And of course, once you're going to start learn, once you're going to start implement, and as I was saying, suddenly the things going to start coming to you. Even this company, we are part of Academy Private Investor. We are, of course, part of amazing CIU program, is definitely going in a right direction. But I always suggest creating your own portfolio. And this is what I do. And trust me, because we are a group of the people, open-minded the people, Mo and Gail and Magda, we have, you know, all these opportunities coming to us. You understand what I mean? So there's always some beautiful opportunity coming to us. Obviously, we're not involved in other network marketing, don't get me wrong, but these are solid, good opportunities. And we are using these opportunities. Myself, I already as well creating my own portfolios, like in pre-IPOs, of course, cryptocurrencies, blockchains, STOs, because I understand when the person starts offering me something, I'm not saying no. I'm really doing my own due diligence and taking the step by step, how much I need to put, you know. So all these things, it's so important, guys, and you will see that power. Even I have people from Latvia. I introduced one guy as well in this opportunity, and he will start reading Academy of Private Investor rules. And a couple of days ago, he wrote amazing testimonial. In a 1 month's time, he created, well, obviously it's fast again, but he understood and he would start looking for different opportunities. And he didn't gave testimony about CIU, he gave testimonial about Academy of Private Investor, what the knowledge he got. Because it gives you the mindset. And that's why I was saying to you today, you can start change your life today, right now. And if you would also use the rule, 5 commandments, save 10-30%, it's also magical. If you're going to start saving one note to another note, and when you're going to have home money, you will feel more secure. I don't know, like use it. Don't spend all money. Like literally, when you're going to start feeling you have money home, you will feel more release. Because as I was saying, I'm not coming from rich family. You know, I created what I have today myself because I have this knowledge. And this is the power for what you can do today. And as I was saying, I know, and I've been talking many people today, I know lots of people have this fear, people have this uncertainty. Remember, you are creating your own reality, only you. So, and I'm still believe and I'm still see this year will be big, this year will be massive. And Magda gave you amazing example as well about the business opportunities. Once you're going to be in our company, once you're going to start applying all this knowledge, you will be part of, you know, same-minded people. You will be part of people who are knowledge. literally we're gonna have, you know, all these phone calls. Like me and Mo, we're having a conversation at least once a week, if I'm not lying, Mo, right? So we're sharing, you know, we not only talk about this company, you know, we literally are part of, you know, community where you are, you know, sharing different things, cheering up, because we know what's going on in a mainstream media. You know, there is everything negative. I was today actually was reviewing, there's nothing positive, nothing. Everything is bad. So if you're gonna buy into all these things, you know, your reality vibration will be low. But if you're gonna start focusing on the good things and start thinking about the positive things, trust me, good things are gonna come to you. So everything is in your hand. The company is giving to you all these tools. Company is giving you all these beautiful education, but everything is down to you. You are making decisions. No one else, just you. So with that, obviously the question is to you, what the steps you want to take. How you see your life today, how you see your next 3 months. Do you want to make the difference in your life? Do you want to make the difference, you know, in your family life? Do you want to have, you know, people who are cheering you up? Right? So everything, just make the decision. And if it's really resonating with you, if you really feel from your heart, you know, I should do it, I must do it, then do it. Don't hesitate. Of course, it's hard to take these first steps. It is. But once you're making decision, strong decision, don't look back. Don't look back, just keep moving forward, because you can make all these massive things. So of course, your actions is learn 8 rules of private investor. As soon as you are registering in Academy Private Investor, if you haven't, or if you have, under your education, after Academy Private Investor tab and CIU tab, and if you have TNG tab, there is educational tab. There's like 9 different squares. Where is the education? Either way, TNG, CIU, or API, there is different materials where is more explained about 8 rules of private investor. And literally do write it down. There is magical touch with your pen and with your paper. You will understand. And once you're writing and once you read it through yourself, imagine, just think about, and trust me, it will make sense about a lot of things. And of course, apply these rules, like 5 commandments, what I was saying, for 10%. After this presentation, I know we've been talking long. I know it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. Probably your head is full of information. But after we finish this presentation, just honestly go to your purse or go to your bank account and put aside, like physically, or like how you want to move it, I don't know. But start applying these rules. Start learning it. Because if your life financially haven't been changed, if you always fall into the scams, if you're always losing the money, if you always try to look for beautiful opportunities and doesn't work out, think about it, why? So try to apply, try to use it. And of course, sharing is caring, right? So if this resonates with you, if you really got some good, valuable information, just share these rules with 5 people. Just give a call, like, hey, John, you know, what did I find out? Like, I learned about 5 commandments. All of us, we love to share it. So there are beautiful movies, right? So you know, share these movies. Or people maybe share some negative information, what they gain maybe today. But why don't you share something which can educate others and keep learning about financial world? And since I've been involved in this business, my mentor, Armand Smurnieks, he always told me, Elena, the first thing what you need to do, well, obviously you need to meditate and do other beautiful things, but one of the important bits, read financial news every single day. financial and technology news. What's going on all around the world? What's happening with the blockchain? What's happening with the technology? What's happening with the banks? What's happening with the stocks? Obviously, don't deep too deep, but try to understand that. Try to absorb. And obviously start creating your own passive income. Start searching, you know, even do your kind of your demo account, or you just search some companies and try. Like, I have different apps and I have different, you know, ways how I'm doing myself. So implement, you know, start acting, not just, you know, I will do it tomorrow, but really act. And of course, as Mo was saying, this Thursday, we do gonna change slightly timing about the webinar and training. It will start 8 o'clock UK time. There is the reason behind, because we can have another beautiful training about the blockchain, follow the news. But for this Thursday, obviously, we're going to do it the same way, the presentation, of course, business training, what the next steps, if you're really keen to know how I can, you know, do my own boss, how I can share this opportunity to others, what is MLCI, I do highly recommend. And another great tip is, again, if this resonates with you, if you really want to share this opportunity to others, next time invite new people, because it's good when you are coming back, it's amazing, but it's always as well when you are, you know, taking new people. And if this presentation and if this training, you know, really got for you great, you know, vibration and got good, you know, knowledge, please put 888. Great. And of course, I must say thank you, Magda, and thank you, Gail. I know you personally, you done extremely well. You gave really good information, really good, valuable, and it's really definitely, you know, one of the greatest information, greatest opportunities what we have. Every time when I'm hearing about this opportunity, I want to sign it up again. And of course, Mo, thank you so much for your high vibration. You've done extremely well as well. And of course, all of you who've been here for a couple hours listening and really, being present here with us today. Maybe Mo, do you have some last words, what you want to mention?
Guys, thank you so much, and Elena, thank you so much. That was just a really amazing presentation. I think this is my first time seeing these actual slides, and there was a lot of really incredible information there. Guys, please put a round of 8s in the chat to congratulate Elena on like such incredible information. If you found value, stick a bunch of 8s in the chat. 8s are a good number, right? They're the magic number in our company. And if you know much about the way that Andre works and our CEO works, basically 8 is one of the magic numbers that he observes. It's why you get 350 free crew, because it's like 3 + 5 is an 8. And there's all the 8s are always there. It's always there. Guys, this genuinely is the opportunity of a lifetime, of the century. Okay, we are, if you know much about the elites, and if you've done much kind of research into this kind of stuff, like they really pay attention to things like astrology. And if you're paying attention, you'll know, just like what Elena was saying about you want to be paying attention and developing your knowledge about the outside stuff. You know, you want to be keeping up with what's happening financially and technology and blah blah blah. But actually, if you want to go another level, you want to look at the things that the elites look at, and they do look at things like the astrology of things. And when you look at that, we're in some really incredible there's an incredible astrological alignment that never, ever, ever happens, that is happening right now, right? I'll let you look into that. But there's an alignment which is just nuts, and we are alive for a specific reason right now. And this company is growing right now for a very specific reason. And we have a CEO that observes all this stuff, right? This esoteric kind of knowledge as well. You don't have to believe in it, but you know what? There is an energy here, and you can feel it in all of the people that are involved in this company. You've heard many great speakers tonight. You've heard Magda, you've heard Gail, you've heard Elena, and you've heard about all of the very normal stories of people and what they're achieving and the way that they are thinking that sets them so far apart from just the normal average person out there. So guys, if you decide to go with this company in whatever shape or form, the first step is go back to the person that referred you and get their link and register, and then you can get as much help as you like from anyone else about what to do next. But that registration is free anyway. And keep coming back to these calls, keep engaged with, we have regular calls on Saturdays. If you join the VIP club and you put in enough funds, then actually you qualify to see Andre reporting on the portfolio and all that kind of stuff as well. Which is, you know, yeah, and you get a feel for Andre, but participate because, wow, what a company. I am so grateful that I met Elena 3 years ago, and, you know, and I came into this company. I didn't even realize what I was getting into until last year, really, right? Guys, this is a special time. Right. I'm not going to keep going on and on. Everyone give yourselves a massive round of applause. Like, put A's in the chat, put A's and 8s and whatever in the chat, and then we're going to sign off. Okay? So here's a bunch of A's and here's a bunch of 8s. Okay? And then we're going to sign off. Thank you very much for attending. Come back next week. Okay, Elena, close it down.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.